Welcome to Own the Chaos. The stock market is crazy and chaotic.
Crash. You son of
Oh, God. Hold on. Pause.
Brad and Fat Man Zoom are here to help you own it.
They were targeting Wall Street when they should have been targeting Capitol Hill. They should have been targeting DC. This is the same thing, and this is what people keep missing.
Taking it to the suits, being relatable and hilarious.
You bought GameStop at 400, didn't you? To the moon, baby. To the moon.
Get ready to own the chaos in 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Own the Chaos. It's Stock Watch Sunday. All is right in the world. Fat Man Zoom's back in the house. What's up, my man? Let's hit him up with the starting five.
What's up? What's up? We got, excuse me, Alan, how's keeping? Gus, Sean Ethier, and my man Ross Matthews. What's going on, people?
What's up, folks? So if you guys don't know us or you're just visiting for the first time, welcome to Own the Chaos. The stock market is crazy and chaotic. We made it our mission to help you own it. And Fat Man Zoom, we have a huge week this week.
Yeah, we do have a huge week. And so if you guys are unfamiliar with Stock Watch Sunday, typically we have a topic, then we go into our top 5 stocks, which is really the meat and potatoes of Stock Watch Sunday. But today, just because we have so many earnings this week, we're going to discuss those earnings. So last week we did top 10. We're going to go through each day and we're going to break down, not necessarily get into the numbers, but just talk about whether we're interested in buying those stocks, or more importantly, which ones we're excited about and why we're excited about it. And instead of our traditional top 5 stocks where you and I go back and forth, what we're going to do today is we're going to each bring 5 stocks that neither one of us know that we're most excited about for earnings this week.
That's
so
right.
That should be fun. Make sure you guys stay around to the end.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we get into that, how was your weekend?
It was good, man. Bro, I didn't tell you this, but as I was driving here, I was on, I had just turned like past CVS, and the car in front of me, do you know what a USSV Rhino is?
No.
It's like what you'd think a Cybertruck would look like.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen these things?
Uh-uh.
Dude, look at this thing. It's a monster.
No, I've never seen that before.
Guys, I've never seen one either. There it is. It looks like a military vehicle. It's supposed to be an SUV/minivan, which it doesn't look like that. It looks like an armored vehicle. And you can actually get it bulletproof. I was searching it. Never saw it, but it was like mesmerizing. And I had this epiphany. I'm like, this is what it's going to be like when the Cybertrucks are on the road.
Just seeing them all over the place.
Well, not necessarily seeing them all over the place, being mesmerized by a vehicle that you've never seen anything like it.
Right.
I had never seen anything like it. And I'm like, what the hell is this vehicle?
Yeah.
And it's not going to be nearly as cool as what a Cybertruck is. So I'm like, this is what's going to be like with a Cybertruck. Like, all eyes are going to be on Cybertrucks whenever they travel through cities.
It's gonna be crazy.
So check those out. It's the Rhino. I think it was USSV Rhino. I don't even know who makes it. It's crazy, but I'm sure you guys have seen it. That was pretty badass. But other than that, weekend was good. Just recovering from New York, trying to get settled back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I had a good time. Went to the farmer's market this morning. Had a good, healthy day. So all's well. What about yours?
That's good. It was great, man. I could just tell all of you guys I'm going to be, I guess I shouldn't. I'll just wait. I'll give it some time. I'm not going to jinx it, but I got some good news this weekend. It was great. Good family stuff. I will say, everybody looks at me in this face. It's a little redder than usual. I didn't realize how red I was going to get, but I drove all over the place in the Gladiator with the doors off, the tops off. It was a beautiful weekend to do it. The 39-inch tires are on. It is so much fun. I had a great time in the Gladiator this weekend for sure.
What's up, mysterious gal? We just got so much going on. We got to jump right into it, man.
Let's do it.
All right. So the way I think we should set it up is we're going to start with, this is a massive earnings week. To me, it's the biggest earnings week we're going to have. I don't know how you can argue that.
Yeah.
But we're going to switch it up just a little bit of what we did last week. So it's going to be buy, hold, sell, which is the same. But the way I'm going to ask you is I'm going to bring a stock up for you for earnings, and you tell me buy, hold, sell if you're in the stock. Okay? So if it's a buy, you're buying more. If it's a hold, you're holding on to your existing position. If it's a sell, you're selling it before earnings. All of this has to do before earnings.
Right.
All right? sorry guys, if I don't go over the highlights, if you guys have specific stocks that you want, because I'm only taking the top ones that we're interested in.
Right.
If there's one you want our feedback on, go ahead and throw it in the chat, and I'll do it after I get through Friday. Monday, pre-market, nothing really stands out, so I'm going to go right into after hours on Monday. The ones we really talked about were Logitech and Tesla. So let's just start with Tesla. Let's kick it off strong.
Right.
Tesla, buy, hold, sell. Hold. Okay, cool. Are you at all, we'll get into it a little bit more, but
Yeah.
What's your conviction on that?
There's an inherent risk in buying it before earnings. Well, obviously because it's tomorrow, but anyway, there's inherent risk in buying before earnings because we do have the chip shortage still that could have been impacted sales and that sort of thing. But demand is super high as well, and I think there's a lot of good forward-looking things for Tesla. So I think that it's just a hold.
Yeah, and Tesla, I feel like the bar is always set so high for them. It's really hard for, even if they're green, for them to have like a monster green push.
Yeah.
It's more likely they do a little bit of selling off, but I would agree with you. I wouldn't sell out of my position if I was in it. Logitech.
Buy. Yeah, buy.
Okay.
I would buy.
So you feel pretty confident about
Yes.
their earnings?
Yeah, demand's insane for those.
Tuesday, pre-market. Now we start getting into it. UPS, General Electric, JetBlue, Waste Management. We'll take those. Start with UPS.
UPS is a buy.
Buy? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. GE.
GE is a sell.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
JetBlue.
It's been so tough for the airlines, even though they look great. It's a buy still.
Yeah, I would agree. Waste Management.
Ooh, buy.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Waste Management.
Just buy. Just own it.
Let me throw this one in because this one we normally wouldn't bring up, but I think because of the state of the economy,
Yeah.
this is going to be an interesting one. Sherwin-Williams.
Ooh, yeah, that's a buy. That's still a buy. I mean, when you look at some of the, we've talked about this, about the supply issues and home builders continuing to just throw up houses everywhere. I think Sherwin-Williams still has a rocking quarter.
Claudia asks, why would you sell GE?
It's just been so rocky, especially, and they have the reverse split, which makes no sense to me. And so it's been very rocky, very unpredictable, as with Boeing as well. I mean, I still really like Spirit Air Systems, and I still like Boeing. I still like GE. I just don't know if I would hold it or if I would buy it before earnings, and I don't know if I would hold it either.
Okay. So then Tuesday after hours, we start getting some heavy hitters.
Yes.
Apple, AMD, Microsoft, Alphabet, which is Google, Visa, Teladoc, Starbucks. My God.
There's so many.
So, I mean, really all of them you could, Enphase Energy, QuantumScape, like you really can make an argument for all of them.
Yeah.
But, all right, Apple.
Apple is it's always a buy.
AMD.
AMD, oh God. It's in a buy zone right now. I like it where it's at. Buy.
Microsoft.
I should have looked at the chart.
You can pull them up if you want.
Yeah. So Microsoft's so tough. Where's it sitting at right now? Just because like a lot of these have gone up a ton.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'd have to sell Microsoft.
Sell, not hold?
Yeah. I mean, look at the chart, guys. So this is a daily chart on Microsoft. We've talked about this before about things running up into earnings.
Yeah.
This could get a little crazy before earnings, and I probably would want to be out before earnings.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
And then hop back in on a weekday.
Alphabet, which is a parent company of Google, for those of you that don't know.
Yeah. What's that one doing? Jesus. It's like so crazy. It's so crazy. Yeah, it's so crazy. Google, man, I don't think I'd want to hold on to this through earnings either. All these ones that are running into earnings, it's probably more along the lines of like buy the rumor, sell the news.
Okay, cool.
As much as I love it.
Visa.
I love it. Visa is a buy.
Teladoc.
Oh, damn. Teladoc's going to be tough.
Go ahead and pull them up. We got time.
Okay. All right. Teladoc, let's see here. So it's been tough for Teladoc, but I really like healthcare and I like Teladoc as a company. The fact that it's held up above the 50-day moving average is very promising. I would say given their last earnings, I probably would sell.
Ooh, okay, cool. Starbucks.
Starbucks is going to be, I think it's a hold.
Okay.
If you're in Starbucks right now, I don't know why you would want to sell, especially with things coming back the way they are.
Okay. I'm anxious to see because I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez. You know what? Just kidding. Well, yeah, just hold. Don't buy it all the way up here.
Okay. So that's Tuesday. And guys, we're going to be actually going deeper in each day. So we're live Monday through Thursday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, right before the market closes through market close.
Yeah.
So we'll be giving you guys the earning reaction. So we're going to actually break these stocks down again, give you our earnings predictions. We'll give you the earnings per share revenue. So Tuesday after hours, Tuesday at 3:30, we'll definitely be talking about these, obviously Monday stocks. So each day we'll be giving our earnings reaction.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's Tuesday. Next up, we have Wednesday. So pre-market Wednesday, Boeing. I'm sure you're excited to hear about this guy.
Definitely.
Buy, sell, hold.
It's got to be a hold. I mean, and I think that I wouldn't even be mad at you if you bought it here. You look at the chart again, and it is just came up over the 200-day moving average. Boeing's got to get a move on, I would imagine. I mean, it may still end up being an ugly quarter this quarter, but if people react negatively to it, I would be scooping up the hell out of this thing.
Shopify.
Oh, that's a really good call too. I didn't look at the chart here on this one either, but this looks like a hold. If you're in it, hold it. Don't buy it up here.
Pfizer.
You know, I think it'll be interesting to hear this quarter about booster shots. Is that going to be a real thing, and what is it going to look like? I think you hold it.
Tilray.
Tilray. Oh God, I don't know if I don't even really like Tilray. It's a sell. Sell it. It's not going to be pretty.
McDonald's.
Hold. I don't even know what it looks like, but I'm holding anything food related.
Yeah.
Restaurants, just hold them.
Spotify.
Good question. Spotify. Yikes. This has actually held support pretty good. I would hold it.
Okay. I kind of want to buy it.
Yeah.
Wednesday after hours, we got Facebook, Ford, PayPal, Qualcomm, Spirit Airlines. We'll go with those.
Okay.
Facebook.
Facebook is going to be a hold. It's just gone way too crazy to buy it.
Ford.
Ford is going to most likely be a buy. Yeah, I'm buying Ford.
PayPal.
PayPal. Yeah, it's a hold.
Okay. Qualcomm.
Qualcomm's another good one. I think this is going to be a hold too. Yeah, I would buy it here. I think they have good earnings. Just came up off the 200-day moving average a couple of days ago.
Spirit Airlines.
Not to be confused with Spirit Air Systems. That's ticker symbol SAVE. This same thing with JetBlue. I think I would just buy it.
Okay, those are the Wednesdays. Again, tune in Wednesday for the live stream at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll go over those and give our earnings reaction. It's going to be crazy.
I know. I can't wait for this week. I cannot wait.
Thursday, pre-market, we have MasterCard. We'll take Overstock.com, Valero, and yeah, that's good enough. Yeah. MasterCard,
I would buy. It's going to go crazy.
Overstock.com.
Oh, jeez. That thing. What is that doing right now? It's been all over the place over the last year. I would just hold it, I guess. I wouldn't buy it.
Okay.
I don't like the company.
Valero.
What's that ticker symbol? That's Valero Energy, right?
Yep.
I would be a buyer here. Yeah, this looks really good for a buy.
The next one, actually, that's all of those for Thursday. And then Thursday after hours, Amazon, Pinterest, Twilio, and let's say Upwork. Okay. So first one is Amazon.
Amazon is a hold.
Okay. Pinterest.
Oh, Pinterest is a hold too. It's moved already because of Snap.
Yeah.
I think it's just a hold.
Twilio.
Oh, this is also a hold, I think. Let me just double check the chart. Yeah, this is a hold. It's come back quite a bit here.
Upwork.
Upwork is definitely interesting because I love the gig economy going into like, us reopening and everything else. I would buy it. I think it's going to do really well.
All right. And then Friday, ExxonMobil, Caterpillar, AbbVie, Chevron, and we'll say Colgate Palmolive. ExxonMobil.
We'll just lump them both together. Exxon and Chevron are both buys for me.
Caterpillar
is going to be a hold, I believe. Let me double check the chart here and make sure it doesn't look juicy. Ooh, I would buy Caterpillar down here at the 200-day.
AbbVie
is another great one, another dividend aristocrat, if I'm not mistaken. Looks pretty good here. I would hold. I'd hold AbbVie.
And Colgate Palmolive.
That's CL, correct? I think.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, man, what a move from a 200-day. This looks good. I would probably buy it, honestly.
Okay.
Leading into the end of the week. It's difficult. Here's what I would potentially do. Especially these ones that are on like Thursday, Friday. If you're in them and they run crazy, I think I'd probably take something off the table or sell it. One of the two. So yeah, that it was something like Colgate with it having 2 monster days the last, Thursday, Friday of last week. If this continues to run in the Friday, I think it'd probably have to take something off the table.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you guys have it. Those are the big ones we're going to be watching. We'll definitely be giving you a little bit more intensive breakdown each day as a live stream, and we'll be talking also about the morning ones in the live stream as well. So any morning earnings that we have, a lot of excitement going on.
Yeah.
And let me just ask you a general question, because by all accounts, last week was a great week for as far as the earnings were concerned.
Yeah.
I imagine you anticipate another great week.
Yes.
Right? Is this the move, or after this week, is this when we finally see the end of the choppiness and then the move back up?
Yeah, I think so. I think we saw the worst of it over the last 2 weeks. And now that the Delta variant has kind of subsided as far as fear is concerned, people aren't nearly as worried about inflation as they were even a month ago. The 10-year yield started to move back up. So I do think that we could start to see the markets come back. And I think it's led by big tech, the epicenter type stocks and energy.
Yeah, I mean, I still believe FANG rules the world. And I think that's where there's been a little bit of hesitancy.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of part of our conversation today. But I would agree. I'm really excited about it. And I want to be clear, because a lot of you may be saying, well, the indices actually haven't been performing poorly, and the Dow was at all-time highs, right? So what gives? Well, the reality is that really, if you're looking at your account, it's probably lagging.
Yeah.
Most of the people that are trading with us are likely in a little bit more aggressive positions, tech, growth, more speculative. And so a lot of those are red. So I think the first thing is, I'm not concerned about it. I'm not worried about it, because I also feel like even if the indices stay a little bit green or even a little bit better, nicer moves, I think you're going to see the volatility. You're going to see 2x, 3x moves from these stocks individually, these growth stocks. So I'm excited. I think there's still a lot of opportunity out there. And as we move along after next week, I think, you'll hear us talking more about speculative stocks and not even necessarily speculative, but stocks that we're looking at that aren't at all-time highs, because we talked about a lot that they're just running. There are many stocks out there that are not. The last question before we get into the top 5 is, given the Delta variant and rising cases, I just saw this headline. I actually didn't read the article, full disclosure, but cases rising in all 50 states. Does it make you interested in stay-at-home stocks? For example, Zoom, Peloton.
There could be a temporary move in those, but the fact of the matter is that 40% of the rising cases are coming from 2 states, and that's Texas and Florida. So the rest of the states, while we are seeing an uptick, not necessarily nearly as bad as a lot of people are thinking. So I think that there could be a temporary move if things get worse, but I'm not necessarily worried about it in general. And I do see what Mad Dix is mentioned something about the market's at all-time highs, wouldn't have a pullback. Mad Dix, we had the worst day since October the week before, or actually on Monday, worst day that we had since October on the Dow, and so that was a correction. Now we're starting to see that move back up.
Yeah.
So yes, we did hit some all-time highs on the indices, but it was led by a very small amount of stocks. So the general broader markets, I think, is what's going to carry us higher.
Okay, cool. All right, so moving on, how many people we got in the house?
We got 125 of you guys hanging out with us, so appreciate you allowing us to be a part of your Sunday, especially during this Olympic Sunday. We got 32 likes, though, so if we could get those thumbs up, we certainly would appreciate it. Let's just try to shoot for, I like the 80 number. We'll just keep it going with 80 until we get some more up in here. But I did also want to mention that we probably should do the thumbnail.
Yeah, that's where I was going next. Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
You want to do this one?
Yep. Right, yeah, we can do that. Massive earnings week. Yes! Finally! All right, go ahead. Your camera.
All right. What we got?
All right, so let's say Apple earnings reaction.
I don't know what to do.
Apple earnings reaction. All right, good.
All right. Is that you?
No, I'm going to give you one more.
Okay.
Top five stocks this week. Use your other hand. Yeah, there you go. All right, cool.
All right. Number three.
All right, so we got, let's do, we got to start with Tesla. Tesla earnings reaction. Do I look like that or do I look like that?
You look like that.
Okay. That looks so much better.
It's just dim because of the one-way mirror.
Okay, and then the other is the one stock you'd be surprised I'm buying this week.
All right.
I don't even know what that was.
I don't know what it was either.
All right, so let's, Brad makes screenshots for new videos. Oh, good. Guys, all right, so guys, if you want to throw in some questions as we're doing this, I have some rapid fire for Brad at the end, so feel free to throw some in. I've already written down a couple that you said, and Andre said, won't see it as the retail buys the dip always. We'll see.
We shall see.
All right, here we go. So,
yes.
This is different. We normally do the top 5 stocks now, and we are doing top 5.
Yeah.
However, we each brought our own 5. Neither one of us know, but to be clear, this isn't the top 5 stocks that we think are going to go off after earnings.
Right.
These are top 5 that we're most excited about for their earnings. And it was tough, man. It was tough to give my 5.
Really, really hard. Yes. Mine too.
So I think, do you want to just give all your 5 or do you want to go 5, 5, 5? 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2.
Oh, no. Let's just do it. You run down your 5. I'll run down my 5.
Okay. Let's go. So this is in reverse chronological order.
Yes.
5 to 1.
Is there a theme to yours? I have a theme to mine.
No, there's not a theme.
Okay.
Ones I'm most excited about. That's probably my theme.
That works.
5 stocks I'm most excited about this week. All right. At number 5, Starbucks.
Okay.
So Starbucks, I'm most excited about, and really I would lump in McDonald's,
Yeah.
Any sort of hospitality. And the reason is Chipotle. Chipotle and Starbucks were in similar positions over COVID, which they had a tough initial quarter adjusting to COVID, but then they quickly pivoted, created efficiencies. Starbucks had worked on smaller spaces, quicker grab and go spaces, which I think is better. They're better for it. And we know, like, to me, Starbucks is one of the best brands in the business as far as business operations. And let's remember, Starbucks owns all theirs. They franchise very few, and those are international.
Yeah.
They own all of their businesses. So they are basically, there's more consistency in it. So I love this stock. I'm excited to see where it goes. You mentioned that it's kind of hot. This doesn't mean that I would buy it beforehand.
Yeah.
But I do think it can continue to run up. Moreover, I think that Starbucks in general is going to continue the trend that Chipotle did. And I think this is going to be a continued run, making new all-time highs going into next quarter. Monster year. I'm not going to say it's going to be a record quarter because Chipotle did have a record earnings quarter, but it's going to be a great quarter, my anticipation. So, or by my estimation. So 5 is Starbucks. Number 4, and I took a couple off here, full disclosure, because I'm pretty sure you're going to put it on yours, maybe.
Okay.
So Facebook is top 5, is my number 4, which I think you might have in there. But Facebook, again, looking at Snapchat last week, looking at Twitter last week, both had massive moves. Facebook had a sentiment run with it, but if their earnings are any indication on what to expect for Facebook,
yeah,
I think we're going to see massive advertising numbers. I think we're going to see a lot about Oculus. They were advertising a lot over the finals. I don't know if you noticed that, but I think there's going to be a huge push in augmented reality. And so I'm excited for Facebook. They also, I believe I hope they unveil their $2 billion investment plan in creators, their creator fund. All that stuff should be exciting. They're still top dog, and I think they're going to show us why they're top dog on Wednesday.
I like Facebook a lot. It's not in my top 5.
I pulled out Apple and I swapped it with this one. At number 3, PayPal. PayPal, fintech. PayPal has been an absolute monster. They've been around for so long, but they still have done a great job of finding new revenue opportunities, new lanes. And I still think this is the beginning of their growth story. I think there's so much more for them. I actually think they're a bit going through sort of like a revitalization. Like, to me, they were kind of like the old guard, the old dog, and now they're like fresh. They got Venmo. They're doing the buy now, pay later. Crypto, all that stuff is good stuff. Also, looking to get into the space, swipe card reader, stuff like that. So I'm excited about what PayPal does. I love this. PayPal or Square should be in everybody's forever investment portfolio.
Yeah, I agree.
Number 2 is going to be Alphabet, and Alphabet does not get enough love, even though we do talk about it. Alphabet is just one of the most well-rounded companies and an absolute monster. And, you know, we've seen success because of YouTube, and there's been so many creators that have seen success because of YouTube, and YouTube is a part of their business that they are clearly doubling down on and going to attack the likes of Facebook, the likes of Twitter, likes of Snapchat, and making it more of a social platform. And I believe they've already done the heavy lifting. They already have the attention. They already have the people there. Now all they have to do is create a better way to engage. They're ahead of the game. I think they're going to successfully do this. I'm excited about really Alphabet as a whole, because not just that, but if you look at why Microsoft has been successful, Amazon has been successful, it's been cloud services.
Yeah.
And Alphabet is right up there. So Alphabet should have a great quarter. But this stock, again, I mean, I fall in love with it more and more every time I see it. And at number 1, it's got to be Amazon. It's the first, is it the first earnings, Andy Jassy? It's the first official Andy Jassy earnings. So I think all eyes are going to be on Amazon earnings. I'm excited to hear what he has to say. Amazon's a monster. Will he do a 30-for-1 split? I don't know. I'd love to see it. That'd be the ultimate, like, you know, off the top rope to start your reign.
Yeah.
So Amazon's going to be great. I think they're going to come in and crush it. And I think people are sleeping on Prime Video for streaming service. I really do, bro. I think that 10 years from now, when the dust settles, I believe Prime will no doubt be top 3, but I think they're going to be top 2. I'm not going to yet say they're going to be 1, but I think they're going to be top 2. I love their business model, and they just continue to show why they're one of the top 3 companies in all of the world.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to my list here.
You're up, man.
I got 5 stocks that I'm watching. But before we do that, real quick, click the links down in the description, or check out the links down in the description below. There is ownthechaos.com is the first one you'll see. If you guys want a watch list similar to what Fat Man Zoom just gave in written form, you get one every single day for free. If you click the link down in the description below, go to ownthechaos.com, sign up to be a part of the Chaos crew. We'd love to have you guys over there. All right, Fat Man Zoom, you ready for mine?
Well, do you have any thoughts on my 5?
I like your top 5. It's very similar to mine.
Oh, really? Okay. All right, we'll hit it up.
And it's yeah. So we'll I have a theme with my stock list, and my theme is basically revolves around, if all 5 of these stocks do well, then we should see a continued move up for the broader markets, and it'll kind of play into my thesis of what I think is going to happen for the second half of this year. So my first one.
Oh, you got some oil on there somewhere.
No, I don't actually. But number 5, Fat Man Zoom, is AMD. Okay. AMD has earnings on Tuesday after hours. We will be live for that, so make sure you guys are hitting that notification bell. AMD, I have this on the list for no other reason other than the fact to see if we did get past the worst of the chip shortage. And if we did, then AMD should do extremely well. Yeah. You'll probably see this carry over to, the automotive industry, NVIDIA. We saw some good numbers from Intel, but we've already kind of realized that seeing the earnings numbers from Intel doesn't really paint a picture of the broader chip makers. And so I think that AMD is going to be like that big earnings call. Earnings report that we see that kind of like shed some light on what's going on with the chip shortage and how are they handling that? Are they making money still, in spite of a shortage? And so I think that's going to be big for AMD. Number 4 for me is going to be Starbucks. And for a lot of the same reasons that you said, but also because I was trying to find something within hospitality. Now you have this week, and you have McDonald's, that I think that McDonald's could definitely do well too. We saw some huge numbers from Chipotle and really just retail hospitality in general. And I think that Starbucks, if we start to see even continued growth there, then obviously that helps us understand what's going on, how much money are people spending, how much are they going out and actually spending money in Starbucks stores, all that stuff. So I think that that's going to be the one to watch as well. Now, again, these are ones that I find the most important for those of you who are watching, not necessarily ones that you should just go out and buy, but just definitely watch. I mean, it's the Stock Watch Sunday after all. So my next one, my number 3 most important stock to watch, Fat Man Zoom, is going to be PayPal. So there's 2 of them that were on your list that are on now on mine. But for a lot of the same reasons you were saying, we look at PayPal and how people transact through PayPal and even Square. Businesses are opening back up. If we see great numbers out of PayPal, which we've seen during the lockdown because of online presence of businesses, but now they get to benefit from both, not just online businesses, but brick and mortar as well, which includes travel, hospitality, like I had mentioned with Starbucks. And so I think that that's definitely something to watch for. If we see an increase in spending in that form and fashion, I think that that's going to be a really key component of how we can progress further throughout the rest of the year. The next one is going to be Tesla. Now, this is a real struggle for me because I actually thought about choosing Ford over Tesla, but this just goes into the automotive group and kind of plays into that chip shortage thing. How have they been able to combat the supply chain issues that they've been facing for the last 6 months now? And are we going to see some sort of reprieve of that? And people who order vehicles or people who want to go buy a new vehicle, can they actually do that? Because we're starting to see empty car lots all over the place. So I like to see some good numbers out of Tesla. How have they been able to navigate through the chip shortage? Are they still just as optimistic about the Model Y being the number 1 sold car in 2022? Like, are we going to see more of that? And so that's why I really like Tesla at number 2.
Let me say, for as far as Tesla's concerned, it's probably my highest conviction stock right now for the long term. Yep. And it's definitely my largest position. Let's not forget 200,000 vehicles, a record last quarter, 201 plus, and the Plaid beginning to sell. Let's also consider this as far as their numbers for the next quarter. Yeah. So Elon had said that they should be producing hundreds of Model S's a week. And he said that by next quarter, you will be seeing thousands produced per week. So when you think about Tesla's numbers, maybe not next quarter's delivery numbers, but the following quarter, and into next year, and then adding Cybertruck to it next year, they're going to blow out projections, I think. When you're talking about thousands a week, and I watched a video on it that Marquez Lee Brown did, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So there's not that it's perfect. There's some issues with it that he was concerned about, but nothing that they can't fix and not going to make it better. So I just want to point that out. They're going to be ramping up production really quickly. So that's a great one.
Yeah. I wanted to kind of just address something that was said here. So Andre was mentioning that I don't want to go catch on fire in a Tesla or run into a wall. The thing of it is that Tesla is the one that makes headlines when cars catch on fire. You have no idea how many other major manufacturers' vehicles catch on fire. It's crazy. They just don't make the news.
Mike Cam's Lexus caught on fire.
Yeah, and that's a Toyota. So, largest auto manufacturer in the world.
GM just had one like a week ago.
Right.
Catch on fire.
Nobody bats an eye. But when happens with a Tesla, everybody freaks out. So, anyways, I think that Tesla is definitely going to be a big one to watch this week. Also, my number one stock, Fat Man Zoom, and you're gonna laugh because it's Amazon. I picked Amazon too. And the reason that I picked Amazon as my number one was because of the amount of spending that I want to see from U.S. spenders. This should be interesting. We've talked about, and I've emphatically said, habits were formed when people were forced to use e-commerce to purchase things, even when it came down to necessities like groceries and that sort of thing. If Amazon knocks us out of the park, and this was actually a hard one for me too, because I almost picked Shopify, but they're in the same.
Yeah, I almost picked Shopify too.
Yeah, so I think that when we look at Amazon, and we've said that this is a $4,000 stock. If they come in and knock it out of the park again, I mean, last quarter it was a monster quarter, record quarter for them, and it was expected to be slow last quarter. So I think that if we look at this and say, can they do it again? Can they do it in a time where everybody was expecting consumers to be out spending money outside of e-commerce? Can Amazon crush this yet again and beat last quarter? And if they do, I think that we see a huge move out of them. And I think that all five of these together, I was trying to pick the most well-rounded list to kind of determine how we end up shaping out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, so there you guys have it. 5 stocks we each are looking at this week that we're just excited about.
Yeah.
Now, we'll follow up on these as we go out through the list. But guys, if you're interested in the stocks we're watching, we actually send out a free watch list of 5 stocks we're watching every morning before the market opens. The link is in the description. Click on it. It'll take you to onthechaos.com. You can get access to our free watch list Monday through Friday before the market opens. So check that out. Who we got in the house? How many people?
We got 162 of you guys hanging out. So thanks so much yet again for allowing us to be a part of your Sunday evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are from around the world. We got 70 likes, so we're about 10 more away from our goal. If you guys could give us that thumbs up, we certainly would appreciate it, and just to show some more support for the channel. 2 things.
Mad Dix had said Starbucks, the company he works for, supplies Madeleines to Starbucks. And he said they ordered like crazy this quarter. He expects it to beat it.
I'm like very. What are Madeleines?
They're little like those little little cookies with the ridges in them.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I believe that's what they are.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Alan said he's been using PayPal for years. Wish I was trading it back then. Yeah, PayPal's been a monster. If you look at over the few years.
Yeah.
All right. So. This is good. We got a little bit of time left, so we're not gonna have to rush the next part of this. So the next part of it is some rapid fire questions that I have for you. A couple from the crew as well. And if you guys notice in the chat, there are bulls and bears next to people's names. That's the Chaos Crew. If you guys are interested in getting a bull or bear by your name, go ahead and click the join button next to the chat. Man, I'm nailing these fucking call to actions, bro. All right, here we go, baby. Let's go. Let's start out with what we talk about every week. Your top 3 high conviction stocks.
It's Penn National, Airbnb, and at this point, Spirit Air Systems has come back down so far that I think that it belongs back on my high conviction list.
Would you get Spirit before Boeing's earnings?
I would wait, probably.
Okay.
I would wait.
And then somebody mentioned this, and I wish I had wrote down who it was, but somebody had said something about selling out of MGM and getting into Penn, which my knee-jerk reaction is I love MGM. I love both those companies. I love MGM, but it has been on a... It doesn't have as high of upside, I would think, but I think it's going to continue to run, and Macau still isn't open, which they have exposure into that.
Yeah.
They've been doing a great job. I don't know if I would get out of MGM, but I wouldn't hate anybody who does it. Would you, if you were in MGM, would you get out of MGM and get into Penn instead?
I would say you're not going to go wrong with either.
Yeah.
So if you sell one and go into the other, you're probably gonna have a similar result. I think that there's definitely a lot more upside for MGM, even though it's going up.
Really?
Yeah. And
So percentage upside through to the end of the year.
Yeah.
You would say MGM has higher percentage upside?
Oof. That's a really great question. Do I see MGM going to $80 this year? No. Do I see Penn National going to 140, 150? Yeah, I could see that. So I guess, yeah.
There's your answer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just, especially if you've been in MGM for so long, I don't know if I could, with good conscience, tell somebody to sell MGM just to go buy Penn.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very compelling.
Community stock breakdown. We're in car lots. Some people had mentioned I thought it bounced off or held the moving average as well. Let's pull up car lots. Let's look at it. Are you still in it? Because I never know with you. You might be out of it and not tell anybody.
No, that's not true. I tell people if you're in the Chaos Crew, you know when I buy or sell anything.
Chaos Crew gets alerts too.
Yeah, you hit that join button next to subscribe. You'll know.
You get access to Brad's portfolio. You get our Discord. You get a lot more. I didn't really sell all of that it gets, but you guys seem to just love the Bulls and the Bears, so I figured that's all I need. So.
I mean, that's true. But looking at car lots, I do still own it. I don't have a ton of it, but I have a healthy amount. And I think that it just doesn't make any sense for it to be down here. Their next earnings are not until August, like second or third week into August. And so there's going to probably be a little bit more waiting here. But hey, listen, I said that I would hold it for at least through the next earnings, and I'm sticking by my word. I'm going to continue to hold to this. And I think that the price down here is so stupid. It's so dumb.
All right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Stuart echoes the sentiment. What's up with lots, with inflation, et cetera? This should be moving.
It should be. We'll see what happens after the next earnings.
Patience pays, people. Patience pays.
Yes,
Next
sir.
question. Can you pull up the AbbVie chart again?
Yeah.
Does AbbVie end the week? Does it close Friday above the 50-day moving average?
Well, I sure hope.
That's not the right one. That's not the right one. Shit, I thought it was AbbVie. Damn it. The answer is yes. That's an easy question.
Yes.
There was one that was above the 200, but was was below the 50. Man, I thought I wrote that right. Anyways, moving on. I'm not perfect, people. Joe Tech asks, will the travel stocks move this week?
Great question. I think so. I would be very surprised if they didn't, especially if Google goes off.
Karam Bastanki. Well, and also Boeing.
Yeah, Boeing too, yeah.
And we got two airlines.
The two airlines, right. So I think there's a lot of bull cases you can make for this week.
Like if they follow what all the other airlines, and Southwest actually probably had, out of all of them, the most disappointing so far.
Yeah.
But we're still optimistic about that. If they follow suit, Spirit, and JetBlue, that is, I think, and Boeing, if they do that, everybody's in pretty much.
Yeah.
Why not? Like, I think that's just confidence in the overall industry,
right,
and should get a move on. And I think you'll also start seeing endless upgrades and whatnot.
I agree.
Karam Bastanki. So Bitcoin and Ethereum had a good weekend. Bitcoin's around 35K. Ethereum's around 2,100.
Yep.
Will Bitcoin hit 40K this week, which some of you might sound a little bit crazy, but a $5,000 move is nothing.
Let's move $5,000 in the last 4 days.
Yeah. So will it hit 40K?
Will it hit 40K? I think so.
Really?
Yes.
You better get in.
Yeah, I'm looking to buy some Bitcoin this week.
Nice. So there you have it. Rapid fire questions. Check it in the chat. Alan says, I've been in the mentorship from the start. That's level 3 of the Chaos Crew, worth every dime.
He's been with us he's like OG, like the first guy that ever.
So he's got a Red Bull.
Yeah.
Nice. Disney, Marty Sanino says Disney looks good down here at this price. Earnings come up on the 12th. Bullish going into earnings.
Disney, yes. I don't know how you can't be. I don't know how you can't be bullish for Disney at this point. I know that it's gone up a ton, and it's much higher than it was pre-pandemic, but I don't think that matters. When we look at how much this has moved, plus them opening up the parks again, we look at the chart here, and it actually looks like it's come down to a reasonable level. The parks was their number one revenue driver before the pandemic happened, and then they had Disney Plus that's been kind of keeping them limping along. And so now we're going to have both of those things together, and I think that this stock is definitely set to go higher. It's just hanging out right around the 50-day moving average. And if it by some chance comes down to test the 200-day, I'm going nuts on Disney.
The last question I have is, if you were to buy any stock this week before earnings, you're not in it.
Yeah.
Which would it be? And even if you're in it right now, let's just assume you're not in any of these stocks.
It's a great
Which
question.
one would you be? Which one would you have highest conviction on?
Oh, let me pull up the list again. Okay. Man, that's a really great question. There's so many good ones. Which one was the beaten down that I was showing you? Ford.
Yeah.
Ford I would buy. Yes, I would buy.
Okay.
I would buy Ford before earnings. Again, obviously, we know earnings are a gamble and anything can happen, but I would feel very confident buying Ford before earnings.
All right, well, there it is, man. We just flew through this episode like it was butter.
Guys, that's going to do it for us. We went past our goal for likes, but what the hell? Let's just get to 100 before we get ready to sign off here. We got 170 of you guys hanging out. Thanks so much for just supporting us and watching us. We certainly appreciate it. We love every single one of you guys. So make sure you hit that thumbs up on your way out the door, and make sure that you're also hitting that notification bell, because we'll be back here with you at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time to go over our earnings reactions live. It'll be Tesla is going to be the big dog on campus. Yes, we have Logitech as well, which I'm sure it'll probably do well, but Tesla's the main focus here. All week this week we'll be live at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time to go over all the earnings reactions, so don't miss out. Make sure you're hitting that notification bell as well. Fat Man Zoom, anything else?
Yeah, I just want to say I appreciate you guys. It's just you guys have supported and shown love. You stuck around, and I'm just really grateful for this crew.
Yep.
Appreciate you guys.
You guys are amazing.
That's all I got, suckers.
We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Stuart Castro, what's up? Malta Goya, what's up?